On Saturday night, July 30th, Carl the Jackal Frampton entered the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York with a record of 22 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws, and 14 KOs as the underdog versus then champion Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz, who held the WBA Super World Featherweight title. Prior to the bout, the Jackal Frampton vowed that he would get the title back that Irishman Barry McGowan lost versus Steve Cruz on June 23rd, 1986. And that is exactly what Carl the Jackal Frampton did. Also, Frampton was moving up in weight from bantamweight, and this was his first bout at featherweight. The Belfast, Northern Ireland-born boxer had a specific game plan and followed all the way through. In the early round, he stepped in, landed shots, and moved out. Although he did get caught various times by Leo Santa Cruz overhand left, Frampton proved to have a stronger chin than anyone had anticipated. Toward the end of the bout, Leo Santa Cruz was moving in and throwing more, something that Frampton had stopped him from doing the entire fight. It was too little too late, as a new WBA Super World Featherweight champion was crowned, and he is 29-year-old the Jackal Frampton. Other boxers in his division, other top boxers that we might see him against are Gary Russell Jr., who holds the WBC World Featherweight title, whose only loss was to Vasyl Lomachenko in 2014. Another name is a number 9 ranked fighter, Abner MARES, who last fought on August of last year versus Leo Santa Cruz. That's a money fight if it does happen either on the west coast of the United States or in the UK. And a domestic fight that can be set up for Carl Frampton is against Lightning Lee Selby, who is also 29 years old and the holder of the IBF World Featherweight title. We are talking about super featherweight fighters, but there is one fighter who almost immediately after Frampton's win has shown interest in moving up and fighting Carl Frampton, and that's the gold-mouthed Cuban Guillermo El Chacal Rigondeaux, who has not lost in his 17 professional bouts and last fought on July 16, 2016 in Wales in the UK. Rigondeaux is the be-all, end-all super bantamweight, but he's not at featherweight, so that fight will be discussed in another video. Gary Russell Jr., Abner MARES, and Lee Selby, those 3 fights are definitely big money fights for Carl Frampton, but an even bigger money bout would be a rematch versus Leo Santa Cruz in Belfast, where Carl Frampton says that he wants to fight next, and more likely would happen at the Odyssey Arena. Santa Cruz versus Frampton 1 is a 2016 Fight of the Year contender, and if it happens again, will most definitely create more fireworks. But for now, it is refreshing to see a champion still willing to move up in weight and fight bigger and better competition than cherry-picking low-level opponents and cherry-picking lighter division guys to pad his record and to hype his career up.